What's up, dudes and dudettes in the internet? My name's Seth, and we're gonna be doing a quick little tutorial of the new loot collector because I've been noticing that a few of you have been asking and saying, like, how does this thing actually work in game? So I wanted to do a quick little tutorial that hopefully is gonna be a little bit faster than my preview video. However, if you want more details of how this thing actually works, like in a lot more depth, be sure to click the card in the top right-hand corner of the screen. But otherwise, how y'all doing today, folks? Hope you're doing fantastic. So without further ado, we'll just jump right into it. The way that the new loot collector is going to end up working is, as you can see right here, it's automatically locking a lot of these different items. So normally, radiant items are going to start unlocked. You just left click to lock it, which means that you're not going to be able to collect it. Left click again to unlock it, which means that we could actually collect it right now. And if we end up right clicking, it's just going to collect the one item all on its own rather than trying to collect them all at once. Now, the thing that's fantastic about this loot collector is that you can go into dungeons, pick up all of the gear. You don't even have to worry about it anymore, and then just make sure that if you end up getting a radiant, you're gonna have to lock that in so that you don't end up accidentally deconstructing it. And the game is smart enough where even if you relog into the game or anything like that, it's gonna remember that this item was locked. However, if we would end up putting this particular radiant item into a personal chest or swapping it out of our inventory at any point and then bringing it back in, the item ID must change or something like that, because then it's going to reset to the default unlocked, and then you're going to be able to deconstruct it. Now, say we accidentally did deconstruct it. Whoops, whatever, don't worry about it. You can actually go to the buyback menu by clicking on this little circle repeat thingamabob, whatever. And as you can see right here, these are all of the items that I have deconstructed within a 24-hour period. It actually saves up to 150 different items like cached right here for each individual player within 24 hours. And so long as you end up having the resources, like you can see, cost to buy back a radiant soul and 1.2k qubits, or flux, I mean, whatever, right? So as long as you end up having those items in your inventory, and it doesn't have to be the specific ones tied to that specific item. Now, I just want to get this point across just because normally this is Trove, how Trove works. It's a very overcomplicated game for the most part, like as far as its code is concerned. And usually it would be like, okay, so this is a battle coin. We could actually sell the battle coin that I have in my inventory, get ourselves a completely new battle coin, and still be able to reconstruct this banner, no problem. I'm just trying to get that point across. So boop, we actually have it right back. There you go. And again, you can just lock the items at any time. Now, the thing that's very interesting about this is the devs have manually punched in which items it is going to prioritize. So for mounts and for allies and stuff like that, and inventory expanders and very special items, you're going to see that it's going to automatically have those as locked items, including stellars and including, above all else, stellar gems, because that's where the big bulk of this loot collector is going to come into play, folks, is when you're out grinding and you're getting like thousands of different gems and stuff like that you want to just deconstruct. You can finally just open all your boxes and just deconstruct all of them at once. Don't even worry about it, because the game is going to keep all of the stellar gems. And then, of course, you can just unlock them accordingly and start deconstructing them all at once. Or even if, like I said, you're going into dungeons, you're picking up all of the gear, you don't have to worry about it, because the only thing that you're going to have to do manually is look for the item that you don't want to deconstruct, set it to the locked position, and then just don't touch it and leave it in your inventory, and then you're all good. Now, there is a current bug that is going around that you may end up accidentally coming across, where if we go into our inventory right here, you can see these are all the items that are locked right now. If we come off the loot collector, it's all good. However, if we go into the buyback menu, you can see that the same amount of items are going to end up being locked, but for different reasons, because the game doesn't actually register any of these items inside the loot collector right now while we're on the buyback menu. Now, if we end up walking off of the loot collector, these items are locked, and this may end up being patched sometime in the future, of course, so if this is completely irrelevant information, you can completely ignore it. But if you do run into this, it's going to lock the item and you're not going to be able to touch it. You're not going to be able to move it, equip it, or do anything with it. All you got to do to change that is just go back into the loot collector, make sure that you're just on the main front menu, and then just come out of the loot collector and problem solved. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hopefully that was enough of a tutorial for you to understand how the new loot collector works. Be sure to leave a like button. Be sure to hit the like button for me. I would very much appreciate it. Have a fantastic day, folks. Sayonara, stay epic, and happy grinding.